Farm equipment is under high stress a lot. We talk about the 30-60-90 rule in agriculture, and what that is pretty simple. You know, the average car or truck that's on the road is using 30% of their engine power normally. The average semi-truck, 60%, but the average piece of ag equipment at times is using up to 90% of their rated max horsepower. And what that means is that the parts and the fluids that are making that equipment work are under a lot of strain. And it's very, very important that those parts are the OEM recommended parts for that reason. We decided to put those parts on because we knew that they would last and give the best value to our Case IH customers. These are the things that can help you have the best experience with our equipment. Examples where farm equipment's under really high stress would include, pulling heavy implements through the field, dealing with difficult crop, dealing with difficult weather and field conditions. These are all things that put stress and strain on your equipment. And if you're using OEM parts and fluids, you're best prepared to handle those stresses and strains. To achieve optimal performance on your Case IH equipment, it's pretty simple. Use OEM parts and fluids. There's no way you can go wrong if you're following manufacturer recommendations to service your equipment. We are the ones that design the equipment. We're also the ones that are recommending how to take care of it best. If you believe in our equipment, I think you should also believe in our recommendations to service that equipment. An operator can ensure maximum machine life in some very simple ways. Number one, use OEM fluids and parts and replace the fluids and the parts on a regular maintenance interval. And secondly, if you are, this pays off because you've made the investment in an OEM Case IH piece of equipment, and the OEM parts to support that equipment are what's going to make it run the best and have the best return on investment. To increase performance on your Case IH equipment, use OEM parts and fluids, especially OEM fluids. Like we talked about, when a piece of ag equipment is being driven to that 90% of its rated horsepower, it's those fluids that are keeping it from overheating, from falling apart, and that you ensure max productivity of that piece so that you can have the best operation possible. OEM parts are worth the investment because you know the job is going to get done right the first time and you're not going to have repeat fixes. It's a part that's designed for your equipment. It's going to be installed by a Case IH trained technician that knows how to work with those parts and with that equipment. And it's just going to guarantee the best experience possible with your Case IH equipment and the use of it when you need that equipment.